Well, hello and welcome back to Castlegoat. As you can see, our gnomes are currently building up the market area still. We've even got a little copper floor there. Some people have been asking about the metal flooring. But today is a rather interesting day for a number of reasons. Firstly, it started out interestingly for me because it snowed quite a lot overnight and I was out shoveling some snow from the drive and the patio out back, and I may or may not have been listening to I Want to Break Free by the Queen, because of obvious reasons, really. It seemed fitting, honestly, trying to shovel myself out of the snow. And I possibly may have gotten caught up in the moment, caught up in Freddie Mercury's fantastic vocal range, and may have started singing aloud without realizing. In fact, I continued to go on without realizing until I glanced up at one point and spotted my neighbor giving me a knowing smirk. Yeah, so, yeah. Interesting start to my day, but an interesting start to the Gnomes' days as well, because this is a new version. Robobob has put out a new version, and there are quite a few interesting things in this particular update. One, and I'm sure you'll all be happy with this one, is this bug with having to redesignate the quarters every time you save and exit. That's now gone. That is no longer an issue for our ambassadors. In fact, I've even made these ones now include the door. The door can still be part of it and will be considered private. So personal quarters being considered not private after loading has been resolved, and doors within the personal quarters but on the edge, that not being considered private has also been resolved. And additionally, you no longer need a corner wall for it to be considered private. They've also fixed a crash with sending a merchant to trade with items that are no longer available, a crash when viewing ambassadors after they die, thankfully that hasn't happened to us, and foreign kingdoms getting into a state where it stopped sending merchants or ambassadors. That is very fortunate that that has also been fixed, something that we hadn't encountered yet, and it looks like they finished here. But that's not it. We've also got corner walls are no longer required for privacy, but kingdoms and stock windows are now resizable, so that'll be kind of useful, though I can't see that. There we are. We've got window positions and sizes are stored, so they'll persist across several game sessions. So now when I adjust the size of the market, I'm not going to have to do that every time we trade. There's now an alarm HUD element. I haven't seen it yet because we haven't used the alarm, but when we do, we should see a new element on the HUD that lets us know that the kingdom is in a state of alarm. They've also, Robo has also removed the delay in the context-sensitive menu. As you can see, it's popping up straight away when there's something else to see. So, for example, here, it's going up straight away, all of that. It's actually pretty cool. But the biggest thing is how we track stocks now. You'll notice this, tracked items. Tracked stock, we can now create our own groups of items to track in real time on the HUD, like we've got food and drink. The groups can be created and tracked item tabs of the stock window, so anything in here, we can basically set it up. And food and drink are now used in that. So, for example, we've got food and drink, that's the title. We can move it up or down, so for example we can do that if we wanted to. We can remove these entirely if we want to. If there's something very specific that I want to know about, for example, I could, if I particularly wanted to know, I could say, how many bone shirts have we got? So, actually I don't want that on that one. I want a new one. So, bone shirts. If I wanted to. This is just an example. And I could just put that in. We've got 26 bone shirts in total. That's actually not bad. I could have the militia, armor militia headwear, so I could see at a glance at any time whether that was a problem or not. I don't really want that, and right now I'm content with food and drink. Though, specifically, I would like to know exactly how much tea I've got. So, I'll have the overall drink, or rather I'll call this non-dapper drinks. And then we'll also have dapper drinks. I think this is extremely important for us to track. Personally, I think this is quite possibly the most important thing for us to track, so it'll go to the top. Food-wise, you could track any sort of thing. So, for example, for food, I could turn off fruit, eggs, meat, and just track prepared meals. In fact, I'm thinking of doing that. So we'd have all food. This one would be, and the next one would be Prepared meals. This will only track sandwiches, cheese omelets, sausage omelets, and mushroom omelets. So we can see now at a glance we've got 72 prepared meals and 47 dapper drinks. I realise that they may actually want to drink other things, but they're fools. They'll eventually convert, or we will kill them. No, we won't kill. We'll just enslave them. They won't be fit for living in the noble quarters. That'll be it. Only the tea drinkers get to live in the noble quarters. New rule. It's my kingdom. I make the rules. So you can fill this up. It will get cluttered if you put quite a lot. In fact, it even looks cluttered now. But this is kind of useful. So I will leave that at the top, and I'll move up non-dapper drinks as well. Oops, no, that's not the right one. I wanted non-dapper drinks moved up, and then all food moved down. So now we can see at a glance. In fact, actually, we can just keep these ones down there. So dapper drinks and prepared meals. We've got 47 dapper drinks and 72 prepared meals. That's actually kind of useful information. And you can imagine there'll be loads of different ways that you could use this to better your fort in some way or another. Now, let's see. I would really, really, really like it if we actually had some malachite. Let me check. Have we got any malachite slivers, perhaps? We should have loads of malachite ore. Right, I want some malachite ore made right now. No, we don't want that. We want the forge. And we would very much like a bar of malachite. Please craft this. And then we'll have 4, and then I can make the statue. Now, as for the market stalls themselves, I'm still undecided on what's going to be the best flooring for them. But whilst I'm looking at this, let me just get the basalt blocks done. So we'll draw that out there. We'll also draw this up there, like so. And we'll also need to fill that in with solid stone. But I'll let them finish building that first, because otherwise it'll confuse them. We need another door. We need quite a lot of things, but I'm wondering, perhaps we should have perhaps basalt, honestly, or maybe even granite. Yeah, we'll have granite. Granite engraved floors, I think. Terrain, floor. You really do notice the fact that that is no longer being delayed, the response of the menu. Previously, it was a bit of a potch to move through these menus, and sometimes I'd resort to this instead, but now that the delay is gone, it's actually much, much more comfortable. Chiseled stone, actually. We'll use chiseled granite blocks. We'll see how these would look. Yeah, they actually look okay. We'll use those. There we are. Fantastic. Now, what I may do on these, I'll probably have the torches in between the stalls going along. And obviously, we also need fences. So let's get furniture going. That looks like birch over there. Let me just double check. Yes. We'll copy that then. So we'll have birch, picket fence, rail fence rather. Where are you? Birch. Oh dear. What's happening? Sun is set. Ah, really? Okay, fine. Well, I don't think anyone is outside. Are they? No? And let's check on this, actually. Is this full? It's full of... Fantastic. It is actually full of bandages. I am very happy with this. And reasonably so, because now there shouldn't be much of a reason for anyone to go over there. Whereas previously there has been. Now, our whole military is there, but we want to see what this alarm HUD is. So let's sound the alarm. Also, if everyone would get into your military uniforms... So we want goblin slaying, and I would like you to be on disarm so that you can chop off their arms, quickly render them armless, and our militia should also be militia captains. Chop chop please. Now let's see how this goes. Ah, there we are, okay. So the alarm has been sounded, I can easily see that it has been. Oh, okay, we've got 2 ogres and 2 iron equipped goblins. Both with shields. Okay, this is potentially bad. Right, I would like those who are equipped to come down here and take their positions. And then we'll get everyone into the actual fight. So we also want the cloaked baths and the boned knifer of martyr. Okay, well, good luck, everyone. As soon as these guys are spotted. Okay, there we go. Everyone has been spotted. You're not going to react now. You're just basically going to hold your position until I give the attack order, and I like this. There's one bronze guy in there. Right, okay. Oh, no, no. Right. Everyone... Yeah, everyone may as well get into the fight now. Go and attack. And I best set it up on all of the ogres. Well, I'll wait for that ogre to actually get into the fight proper. Everyone pile in. Destroy them all. You notice some of our militia commanders around there without helmets on. Right, let's check out the blood. Ogre blood, that's good. Goblin fighter blood, anyway? No? Just ogre blood. Okay, well, I'll live with that. Destroy them utterly. There's good old Sheelab with her hammer. You are a very good militia commander. Ooh, was that your blood? Because that blood appeared under you. Oh no, it's okay. There's a goblin fighter on that same tower. That is one thing that I dislike a little bit, is the fact that everyone can exist on the same tile. It does make it a little bit awkward to see what's going on. I don't think they can do that in Dwarf Fortress. Not usually anyway. They can occupy the same tile, but only rarely will that happen because they're literally having to lie down in order for that to be possible. But it looks like we've won this fight without any casualties. Let me just double check that. 2 goblins are down, 1 ogre is down. Have we taken out all of the steel wearing ones? No, I think we took out a bronze wearing one as well. So there's 1 ogre who's wearing steel. Okay, there we go. Well done, everyone. Very well done indeed. Now, can I actually cancel the alarm? Yes, I can. That's fantastic. All the alarm bells are linked. I appreciate that. Right, go on then. None for you. And none for you as well. Everyone back to your normal jobs, please. I probably should also tell you to get back into your regular military, civilian uniforms. But yes, it is a little bit of extra micromanagement, but not that much, all things told, to have the commanders and the disarm and frenzy traits. I think this will actually work out okay. Now, over here, I have also begun work on a little area, a little larder, I suppose, for our gnomes, slash wine cellar, I suppose you could call it as well, because there's going to be wine in there, but it's not much of a cellar. But let's go ahead and replace the walls first. We want... Well, we could go with basalt, but basalt is used everywhere. Let's go with marble. Marble walls for this room, just like the actual room, the dining room. So that is going to mean it's going to be basalt out there. Ah, okay. Well, I guess there's no reason for us not to have basalt and marble working in the same room. Except it will look a little bit odd. Okay, no, we will actually... We'll go with marble all the way around. And we'll use a different kind of block to suddenly separate it into the basalt corridor. So, something like this. And then we'll have a engraved block or something to mark the division where it stops being, or stops having to be, marble. So we're also going to do the floors. Replace floors. We'll have a regular engraved floor of marble by here. And then we'll use, I think, we'll use granite. We've got quite a lot of granite these days, so we may as well use some of it up. We'll go for engraved floor, granite. Where are you? There we are. And just pad this out there. And then in the middle we will have replace floor. I'm thinking we'll have a plank floor, and this time we'll make it applewood. So it'll be a rich orange coloured floor. Okay, that should be quickly done, and we want a basalt door for that one. So let's get that one going. We're going to want a basalt door up on the market area as well, so let's get 2 of those. And we should be good. And once that's done, we'll have basically 1 crate for each of the prepared meal types and 1 crate for each of the prepared drink types, including the non-dapper drinks. Perhaps I should actually change that to spirit and tea, and have the rest be like milk or something. But milk is probably making up a substantial amount of that, I fancy. Once I've actually decided on everywhere I'm going to be having these locations for the stockpiles of drinks, I'll then go on and tailor the construction, the build orders, or build orders, the distillery and kitchen orders, to make just enough to fill the crates that we want. Now, the other thing that someone has suggested is that we have a little dining hall. Now, I'm not sure about that. The thing with making extra dining halls is I don't think they actually get any benefit for being in this room. It's not like Dwarf Fortress where they get better thoughts for being in a really, really well-decorated room. And I don't think a dining room itself gives any innate benefit to eating things in there. Like, they're not going to get more nutritional value from the food for eating it in a great dining hall. So I guess there is no reason why I couldn't make a dining hall near my ambassador quarters, or for that matter, make this level of the barracks a dining hall for the soldiers, because they do seem to want to go and eat them eat their food in a dining hall. It's not necessarily the Great Hall that they'll go to. I think they'll go to any dining hall that happens to be nearby. So we could look at doing that. That would definitely be an option for us. And I think it might be quite an elegant option, honestly. Have a couple of dining halls dotted around with their own little small stockpiles of food. Let's go ahead and build up this wall here with more marble blocks. So one there and one there. And since this is already done, we should be able to go ahead and... Actually, let's get the door made first. Stone door. Have we got the basalt door? Yes, we do. Fantastic. Right, we'll go ahead and designate these stockpiles. So we want... Actually, what I'll do is I'll do this off screen because it'll take me a few moments to get that all sorted. And then when you come back, we will probably have made a little bit more progress and perhaps even be close to setting up our market stalls up there. So I will see you in a few minutes. Well, welcome back. We have some very, very good news to share. Rick, the magnificent fellow that he is, has invented many things. He has invented the trap base, the spike trap, the blade trap, the crossbow, bolt, and quiver. Special attention must be paid to those last three. We now have the capacity, should we choose, to set up a ranged squad. Now, we don't have the gnomes yet to do that, and it's going to take us some time to build them, but anyone who's seen my Spider Slaughter Let's Play or plays the game themselves knows that once you have ranged weapon equipped gnomes, the game takes on a very different feel. You become you are winning the arms race at that point. Up to now, at present, there are no enemies in the game that I'm aware of that have the capacity to fight at ranged. So you have an enormous tactical advantage over everything else. If you are running a colony which has walled itself off, then ranged gnomes are extremely important because they'll thin the herd outside, so you can send your actual soldiers out to rescue any nomads or merchants, that sort of thing. But for us, we're not going to be changing the way we play. We're not going to be walling ourselves off, even though we have the ability now to attack things that are outside our fort. But they will be an enhancement. They will be in addition to our melee troops. It'll be a little while before we can actually set that up, but we can now do it, and that is fantastic. Also, word of warning, just as I was about to say it, my burglar alarm, because the house is so very, very cold at the moment, the electronics are a bit on the fritz, and yeah, as a result, my burglar alarm is going off intermittently. It'll keep doing this until the house warms up about another 2 or so degrees. It's 17 degrees at the moment, so yeah, I'm going to have to keep pausing the episode to go and turn her off, as I'm going to have to do now. And I return. It's as if it knew I was talking about it, so it started playing up. It wants to be on the recording as well, bless it. It's 5 moments of fame, 5 minutes of fame, 5 seconds of fame, depending on how much I have to cut out. Now then, we are making progress up here. As you can see, we've almost finished off this area, actually. If you guys would stop derping out and get these floors ready. But we should have all of the malachite we need to make the statue, so let's check that out. There we go, malachite statue, please. Chop, chop. Now, I had to expand this area back a little bit, as you can see, because I miscalculated in that I forgot we had beer as well, that we were producing beer now. So that's been fixed up. And that little room actually looks quite nice, I think. Though, do we have enough granite for that? Oh, yeah, we should do. There should be granite all over the place. We're also making a granite chair because I want all of these to have the same coloured chairs. So we're making 2 extra granite chairs that we are going to be placing up here. So we'll have 5 market stalls ready. And on that note, I suppose I should really check out the kingdom. Have you guys gotten back to where you're going? Yes. Fantastic. So yeah, it was just the time that it took them to get back. So let's host these ambassadors. It'll take the rainy gear 4 days to get here. And the scalded land 2 days and 7 hours. So hopefully we will be able to host these guys soon. Just towards the end of winter they will arrive. Now then, we have finished this. So let's go ahead and build that wall off. Blocks. There we go. And we've also got a little bit of light in here as well. I've placed 2 wall torches on this side. We will have wall torches going up along the inside. Perhaps just on the inside of the stalls maybe. Or just maybe 2 at the far end. I'm not sure yet. But we'll work something out, I'm sure. Now then. Where else do we need it? In fact, I could take them away and just have 2 there. I suppose. And then have... No, we'll just try with 1 there and 1 there. That should give us enough light, I think. Let's go ahead and place that down then in that case. So we want a wall torch. Got plenty because I've got them on repeat. That should give us enough light to light this whole area up. But let's see if we've got that malachite statue. Yes? Fantastic. Let's get you up there. And of course, it'll face the door, so as someone walks in, they'll be greeted by our fantastic metalwork. And there we go. Come on, get it built. I've already said there we go. You can't do this to me. Ah, there we are. Well, let's see how much this is worth. 450 by itself. That'll probably be worth a staggering amount in the Great Hall. In fact, how about we go ahead and make some silver? Let's see, how much silver ore have we got? Now, usually I would like to use that for... we could make some steel as well. I would usually like to use the silver for making jewelry, but we've got an awful lot. Let's go ahead and... We're keeping 2 silver bars at the moment. Let's keep at all times 4 silver bars. That's as much as I need for a statue. So go ahead and craft that up. And we'll set up, how about 4 statues? 4 silver statues in there. So let's set these to go. We want silver bars. 1, 2, 3, 4. So they'll be picked up as and when. And as soon as I see one there, I'll replace one of these statues in the actual Great Hall. In fact, someone's already going to work on that. So I'll go ahead and deconstruct one there ready for it. Hopefully that can be down by the time this is finished. And there we go. So let's get that built. Let's have furniture. Where are you? Statue. We want a silver statue. Now this should really bump this up because statues have a bonus to the effect in the Great Hall. But let's quickly check what the Great Hall's worth is. 4,313. That's without that statue though. So as soon as this statue gets carted back, we'll see how much that goes up. We should double check that again. 4313. For some reason I find it easier to remember numbers if I just say them one number at a time. Right. Oh my good God! That's gone up over 1,000. How much is it worth normally? No. I want to check the statue. My lord. That's fantastic. And I imagine that's being doubled as well, so... Ye gads, let's check this out. Where's the, is there something that'll tell me this? No? Damn. Okay, well that's fantastic. Let's get more of these. So there's another one being made. So let's go ahead and deconstruct this one. In fact, what I could do is I could have different colors. Well, silver's probably the most valuable statue I could make. And since the... Well, yeah, the goal of the Great Hall is to be valuable. It might have been nice to have 2 different types. In fact, I could have 4 different silver statues and then maybe 4 malachite statues. That would actually be nice. Or maybe even 4 bronze, because bronze is almost like gold, really, especially when the sun is on it. But they're not really going to get much sun in here, but perhaps with the torches. That's what I'm thinking. Yes, that's fantastic. We should be able to really bump up the kingdom worth here. Though, unfortunately, it is flat out bumping up the kingdom worth at the moment because these things are so valuable naturally. So maybe I'll hold off on going too far with that. At least until we actually start setting you up to produce steel. I want steel made from now on. We want 37 steel bars at all times. So let's go for steel bars. We've got quite a lot of iron bars. Use any coal, doesn't really matter. And we want 37 of those. There we are. That should do well. From that, we'll be able to make an entire piece of steel armor. Once we've got this, we will actually go for the steel armor. Have we got the smelter set up to... They're just smelting anything, really. It doesn't matter what it's made of. Yeah. Okay, well, that's fine then. And what about my forge? Is my forge prioritizing iron? No. Well, it is... Well, in a way. Let's go for iron slivers as a priority above this one. Always repeat the iron ones. We want that one specifically, and then any other bar below that. So that should be worthwhile. Okay, carry on. This is how we're going to set things up. But for now, I'm going to let the kingdom progress a little bit. We are making some progress. I will look at where I can set up a dining room for my ambassadors, and likewise a dining room for my military, which will be up here, but I've just got to sort of plan out how I'm going to set that up. But for now, I'm going to wrap this episode up. I hope you've enjoyed it. I think we've made some fantastic progress, especially with the inventions. In fact, how far along are you now? Not very much, but I don't mind. You're doing a good job. Keep it up. But yeah, that's it for this episode. I do hope you've enjoyed. I hope you'll be joining us in the next. But until then, do take care.